Hello YouTube, Ashes C4 here. A little impromptu coin chat. Wait and see if we get anybody to hop on here. All right, well maybe some folks will hop on. If not, that's okay. That's what happens when you just decide to stream at the spur of the moment on a nice Saturday afternoon. So today I went out to the local antique store where I usually go in and see if I can find some deals on coins, and haven't been there for a few months with all the stuff that's been going on. And the folks that own the store had these two rolls of coins. This one is an OBW Pittsburgh branch of the Federal Reserve out of Cleveland, and it's 1968p. It's uncirculated, and the other one was 1943 lead pennies. But so we're just going to go through these and see what we find. So I'll start out with these 1943s. Under the scope, you see a nickel I found the other day, coin roll hunting in a little box battle with big flip. That is a 1939 Philly nickel. Trying to determine if it by chance is the 1940 reverse, and if it has doubling, but after closer inspection it doesn't look anything like the coins that would have doubling. But it kind of looks like, with the edges there of those steps in the middle, that it might be a 1940 reverse, but I'm not sure. Having issues getting this OBW open here. Don't want to tear it up. Hello, welcome to the stream. Let me know who's here in the chat. Well, this thing is about to defeat me here. Hard to hear, Rosebud. Can you hear me better now if I speak up? I was just kind of talking a little bit. I can turn it up a little bit. Is that better? Welcome to the stream, Rosebud. So what I was talking about earlier, the roll 1943 that my antique store did, they just gave them to me. So I figured we would look and see what's in there. And play around with the Streamlabs deck and just see how things work. Hope you're doing well today, sir. Yeah, so definitely have .43s. Got to change out to my old man coin roll hunting glasses here so I can see. Yep, so far they're all 43s. That's a pretty nice one. As far as 43s go. Well, we got a lot of streams today. I know we got Shibby Rob. He has an auction today, and or not an auction, but his coin roll hunt. I think Penny Dog is streaming right now, or Treasure Turd. So kind of stepping on some of the other folks, but I just got these. I just wanted to go through them just in case. You never know. You might find something that's exciting. This definitely is the most steel cents I've ever had at one time. It was really sweet of the man and lady that owned the store there. They said, we just thought of you, and they just gave me this bankroll. And it's just somebody had put in 43s. I mean, they just captured them over time. Doesn't look like anything spectacular or anything like that, but there's some in really great shape to be so old. The reversal on that one's pretty nice. They also gave me a roll of Pittsburgh Branch Federal Reserve Cleveland, and it's marked, kind of hard to see, it's in light pencil, 1968 Phillies uncirculated. So Okay, that sounds good. We'll go through these things. We've got a lot of them to go through. Hey, Gear. How are you, sir? Welcome. Hope you're having a great day. I said before, in case you didn't hear, just hopping on the stream here. Just went down to my local antique store, and the proprietors there, a man and woman in the store, they said, we were thinking about you. You bought a little stuff off of us. They had these two old bank rolls. One of them's full of 1943 steel cents, and the other one was 1968 P's. So I sitting here just looking through them, and that was pretty nice. That is gotta get my loop out so I can see. So here's a 1943 S. All right, so now we got something we can look at. Yeah, I was really hoping it'd be nice to find a copper one. Yeah, wouldn't it? That'd be retirement money. So let me change this over. Swap glasses. Sucks getting older. Can't keep up with glasses. Which glasses I have to wear all the time, so I can see things. Let me get my camera down here and we'll look and see what we can find. I did find this coin roll hunting with Big Flip when we had our nickel battle. So it's 1939, and not sure if that's a 1940 reverse. Try to look it up and see that it did some 1940 reverse. It's not a DDR. I looked to see if it had the doubling on the reverse on the Monticello and the cents, but unfortunately it didn't. But that would have been a really nice find if it had been. Yeah, his auction list gear is going to be nice. He's actually emailed that to me. I've seen it. I saw it yesterday. It's going to be very nice. He's going to have a nice lineup going on. All right, so let's just keep seeing. Let's just look at them and see what we can find here. Pull the camera, my scope a little closer to me. If you see anything, feel free to shout it out. So Garrett, I guess it's nighttime for you now. Is that about right? Getting close to being nighttime. $1943. Not really seeing any doubling on that one. It's a 1943 S. Date, lip, the eyelid. It's really hard to kill the light on here, see if it helps any. Still doesn't help much to look there at that one, does it? 7 o'clock. Got you. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock here, so 6 hours. Not too bad. So they're in Norway, we're in the same hemisphere, so I guess this is your summertime as well. $1943. So I went out earlier, had to adjust a trap for a groundhog in my garden. He's eating my tomatoes, but I can't get him to step foot inside the trap, so he's getting to be a little bit of a pain. Here's a nice one, nice 43. It's probably of the lot, this is probably the nicest one. Really good shape. Looks like my knife edge could use a little sharpening. Hello. No, I'm at the house. Sorry about that, folks. That was my son called me there. Wait them J&B has a comprehensive variety list. Free for members, otherwise $5 each. All right, thank you for that. We'll have to look into that. Wheat stalks look nice on that one. He's a little crusty. So what's exciting in your old world today? Anything great going on today? Here's a 43D. So at least I found a set of these today. One of each. That's good. Always makes it exciting when you, at least it does for me, looking for these things. I think I forgot what I did with the S. Yeah, I figured I'd just hop on today. Just wanted to play, see how this thing would work out. Got to go do a wedding at church today. Got to be there at 4 o'clock, so I got about 3 hours. And once we get done looking at all these right here we will look at these 1968 that are uncirculated according to the person that wrapped them up. And the good thing about my stream today is you don't have to spend any of your hard-earned money. You get to save that for Big Flip and Shibby Rob and all those others you like to go to. 63D. I know Shibby has a stream today at 3 o'clock. Corn roll hunting. I think he still has rolls available. And of course, Big Flip. He's going to stream twice tomorrow, I believe. He's going to have his an auction, and then he's going to do his regular coin roll hunt. So, yeah, I think Shibby is doing an auction tomorrow as well. So I know they all have some great items to bring up. I had fun doing my first auction with Lady Kid Nichols. She invited me over to her channel, Clever Coin Names channel, and did a little auction over there with StreamYard. So I was very pleased with how that all worked out. So I've got some other stuff I'm looking at. I may do another one, do it here on my channel. I got some slab silver quarters, NGC slab silver quarters, maybe some other items that I'll put out there. Hey, Pizza Guy, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well today. Just sitting here, just going through this old bank tube that. So today I went to antique store, and the man and woman that owns the store, they gave me this roll, and then they also gave me one, which we're going to go through this one here in just a minute. Uncirculated. You can see it at the top there, 1968 Philly, and they look pretty nice. So that'll be the next roll we go through here in just a minute. Like I've been telling everybody, just doing a little. Couldn't do anything in the garden today, so figured I'd just, well, other than to reset the trap for the groundhog. I got a groundhog that's messing in my garden, eating my tomatoes, eating my leaves on my cucumbers and on my squash. And I live in a town where we can't shoot inside the town limits. So I'm trying to shoot him with a BB gun. It doesn't work out too well. Hello, Lincoln Coin Central. Lincoln Coin Central. Listen to me. It's Lincoln Central Coins. I can't even read when your name pops up on the chat. How are you, sir? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming in. Just sitting here just looking over some cents. 43s. You never know what you may find in some of these things. Rosebud was nice enough to post up early in the chat all of the varieties that we might see in these. I was hopped over on Jeep and John's channel this morning. He had another coffee talk. He didn't realize today was Saturday. I get that. With all the stuff going on in the world today, sometimes you lose track of time. But I was talking to him about his W quarters. You know, he's found 7,000 W quarters for 2020. Is that not just crazy? Yeah, going to the not so local coin store. Yeah, our local coin store is owned by, he's had this coin store for 40 years, and he's pretty particular about letting people inside the store, and got to call, make an appointment. You know, he's part of the population that you know, could have issues if he was to get sick. So I've done a couple transactions at the door, but you know, that's okay. So so I'm waiting for him to open back up and go down there and just walk through, see if I can find anything. He doesn't have any ASEs. You know, I like to collect American Silver Eagles. He doesn't have any ASEs for sale. I typically, that's what I do. I trade in my 40 percenters and trade them for ASEs. If you hear the dog in the background, that's Roscoe. He's my tack dog. He's about that big, seems like. His voice is about that big. Here's a nickel I found during the coin battle with Big Flip. Yeah, I can't find any here either. It's crazy. So this is a 19, got a scratch in his head, which is a shame. 1939 nickel. And one of the things I've been looking at the back of this thing, see some of the step lines. So still got some steps left after being out there for that many years. You know, 81 years this thing's been laying around. I read yesterday about a variety of a 1939 that has 1940 reverse on it, and has something to do with that set of steps there. So I'm not sure if that's a 39 reverse or a 40 reverse. I just don't know. So if anybody here knows or has an idea, let's let me know. So here's the 1968 Phillies uncirculated. And the folks, they just gave them to me. You know, I offered to pay them. I said, "Oh no, you come in here, you can just have them." I was like, "Well, thank you." So sometimes good things happen for a reason, so I appreciate it. So Wolfhill's Antique Store here where I live here in Abingdon, Virginia. Just an antique store. Yep, yeah, exactly, Rosebud, and that's why I get more. I get more out of my 40s than I do 90s. I just more bang for my weight. So everything's wide open here. Restaurants, you have to wear a mask, but a lot of places aren't pushing it. So Michigan will be locked down again soon. Yeah, I get it. You know, I went to the coin store and they asked if I would wear a mask. I said, no, I don't mind to wear a mask. I mean, that's probably what we should be doing for a little while anyway. So, all right, so let's see what these look like. We'll throw a few of these out. It's like giving birth here for somebody. Good gracious, things don't want to come out. I mean, they're trying. There we go. Sure are pretty. There's the first one under the scope. Change screens here, full screen here. All right, so one of you fine gentlemen can educate me here. The lines around the 1968. I don't believe that's doubling, and I'm not sure. Is that, I heard somebody refer to it as ledging. what would those marks be? That's around the 9, the 6, and the 8. What is that? Here's the reverse. Okay, got you, Rosebud. Thank you. So no errors and varieties that we're sure of, but MS 66 plus level, there is money. And we like money. There's a little doubling on that P. Is that not correct on the E pluribus unum? Right there. It's probably not anything, but that's what it looks like to me. Is that doubling right there on the United States on the TED? Put that in another pile here to examine later. Back to our live screen. So. That's the one that was on the end. Looks like it's been got some scratches on it, some marks on it. That's all of them. Really? You got 7 walkers, man. That is awesome. It's nice that you found that dump. Thank you, Rosebud. Yeah, it looks like a double die. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's machine doubling or not. So I laid that one out to the side. So just be one to look at. I'll look at it a little closer and get somebody else to take a stab at it. I'll take some pictures and probably send some pictures off to Shibby. Let Shibby look at it. This one has that same issue on the date. Yeah, that's awesome, man. You have anything outside of 1972 or newer, $50 is a great day if you can get anything silver. Now on that R on E pluribus, right there, I can't tell the difference if it's, I just don't know enough about these, if there's machine doubling or true doubling. Kind of hard to tell for me. But again, it's always fun to look. You know that. How about the C and the A there in America? I think that might be some doubling going on there. Always got to rotate these things to see. Could very well be just machine doubling, just the way it made the coin when they pressed it out. EP, okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll reach out to him and see if he minds if I send him some pictures. I can take some pictures with my scope and. Oh, this one's got a little bit of junk on it right there. The E also, yes sir. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, the R on this E pluribus doesn't look anything like the last R. The last R actually, you could tell it had a second, the leg beside it. So on this one, the E. Hey, CM, how are you, sir? We're just looking through some coins I got at the antique shop today. The folks there gave me a roll of 1943 Steelies. So we just looked through them, and now we got these 1968 Phillies. Just looking through, see if we see anything great and exciting. Just having a little coin chat and just spend a little time together. And basically, it's just a little pre-stream to everybody else that's going to be streaming later today. Unfortunately, I'll miss all those streams. I got to go do a wedding today. Got to work the lights and sound at the church. Somebody's, I call it a funeral. But more power to them, young folks. Want to get married, I think it's great. So I'm just curious, when anyone else is looking at a scope on their computer screen, do you turn your head sideways to make things look straight like I do? When I could just turn the coin to make it easier. Yeah, I get it. I'm trying to think who was using this scope. I bought it's called the pluggable. One of the coin channels was using it. It may have been Rob Finds Treasure. When I first started watching these things, it's like, well, yeah, this would be a lot easier to look at these coins if I had this scope. So it was fair. It was only like 20 bucks. Wasn't bad. All right, so looking at that E and the R, is that what you consider doubling or machine doubling? What do you think? So it has it on the A and the M, the E and the R. You can see right here on the E, right there, and the same thing within the inside of the R and the leg of the R. I don't know if I can get any closer to them. Let me see. Well, that does make it a little bit difficult if you don't have any USB ports to plug it in. I would imagine they make a Bluetooth version. Not sure good it would work, but I would imagine with technology being what it is today, it should work fairly good. This has got about the same thing there on the E, the R, the C. Oh, there's on that Liberty machine doubling, you think? I'm with you, see, I'm not an expert either, so. Speller, expert. Well, sometimes it happens. So what do y'all have planned for this weekend, for the rest of your Saturday and into tomorrow? Anything special and spectacular other than spending time on YouTube? Uh, Pizza guy, I basically just stack them. I have see, rolls of 19s and 12s, 8s, and then I just have several of them that are slab that I like. And but no particular year, I just like them, just stack them. I never have tried to collect all of them. I got started with those. My mother, bless her heart, I guess it was 1994. She started buying them, and she would buy them. That's when my daughter was born in '94, my son in '98. So she bought them. So I have some of those in the original wrappers that came from wherever she bought those things at. So ever since then, I've just always liked them. So, but nothing in particular. I'm waiting on Kellenell to email me back. He has a couple slabs he wants to get rid of. You know, he's not a slab guy, and probably trade him out of those. So nothing in particular. You know, my two favorite coins are the Lincoln. The Lincoln set. I've always liked the Lincoln set because that's what started me in coin collecting when I was a kid. Of course, I could afford pennies, so I collected pennies, and then got some from my grandmother. So I've got 1909s on. Got a 1909, 1909S. Got a 1909 VDB, but not an SVDB. One of these days I'll get one of those. Just got to pull the trigger on one and find one. But and then the other one, of course, is the ASC. I like the ASC just because, again, it's the same thing. My mother just kind of passed those on to me. So, and quite honestly, you know, if you notice on when we go to big flips, I never do 90s. I'm just not a big 90 fan. I take 40s and I stack 40s percenters, and I sell those off and buy ASCs or whatever I can do. So. And I've been grabbing those, what, 87s that Big Flip has, just because they're 87s and they're going to be, you know, they're fairly difficult to find, I guess, at least here in my area. So as a collector, you guys collecting, what's your favorite coin to collect? What do you like to collect? And then as a stacker, what do you like to stack? Yeah, I mean, when you look at just the silver price, you know, when I look at 340s versus the price of 190, I mean, that's exactly the reason I do it. Like right now on Coinflation, 789 for three 40%ers, and 260. I'm sorry, wrong coin. 643. So I make about $1.50 roughly on that, and that's why I do that. And I don't collect them. I have a $50 book that I've all the silver part up to the 70s are filled. So I'm looking to find all the silver proofs for my Kennedy book. Excuse me. So that's exactly that. It's just because I don't know what you call it. I'm not cheap, but it's just I'm gonna try to get the most bang for my dollar that I'm spending on the coin roll chats, and I end up swapping that stuff out. It's just like all the silver rounds and coins that I sold Big Flip. I did that. Well, one, to help his channel out because he's my friend, and two, it's just I don't really collect them, and I'll buy ASEs or pennies or something with them. Yeah, I get that too. See him. I put all my stuff. It shares space with my gun safe. So actually, it's my son's gun safe. He bought it, but one side of it is guns, and across the top is ammos and magazines, and in the door it's got stuff, and then he let me have 3 shelves. So I got 3 shelves over on the left hand side that I put my boxes in. And I don't have a huge collection by any shape of imagination, but it's just pretty neat to have that stuff in there. And I got some dollars. I know, like Mel, he likes those, the red seal dollars. So I got some blue seal certificates, silver certificates. Got some red seal 2s, 5s. Got a series of 1928, I believe, $50 gold certificate. Not the best shape. It's pretty good shape, but it's just a $50 bill. I actually got it from the bank and change a long time ago, so I kept it. And then I have a 1966 $100 bill. It's a red seal, and it's not in the best of shape. Somebody had wrote the total number. How people used to do back in the day, they'd write on how much money's in their stack before they took it to the bank. So it has an ink mark on it, but it's just cool, so I kept it. And then in 1976, during the bicentennial, we had a secretary at the school I was at. I was in the 4th grade at the time, and the secretary gave everybody a $2 bill, bicentennial $2 bill. So I've kind of collected those. I really like those. They're nice. So I have a bunch of those. So I love the Morgans, but I've been trying to get nice Standard Liberty quarters and walkers for stacking. I like to get different designs. Oh yeah, now, and that's why I do like the walkers, because they're basically the same design as the ASLs or ASCs. I do like those a lot. And my oldest Standard Liberty quarter, I believe, is the Type 1 1917, the one without the stars. I got that from Coin Roll Hunting Couple as a giveaway. So I got that in my little box in there. So, and through buying stuff from Shibby Rob and excuse me, and Big Flip, I've got seated dimes and half dimes and those types of things I've got in there in a box, and they're just in there, and either my kids, or if I ever get grandkids, they'll get them, or I'll sell them or auction them or something and buy something else. So I went today to look at my antique store because they used to have a bunch of Morgans out on the shelf, because they had a, hey, Scratch and Go Crazy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. But they had barber halves, barber quarters, barber dimes, all that stuff in that antique store. But the due to what's been going on with the pandemic, the guy pulled all his stock out. So it wasn't there. I actually was going to go through all the Morgans because the Morgans were, I know most of them were 18, the 1921s, and they were 18.95 a piece. So I'm just going to go look and see if there's anything neat in there. They did have some in their shell. Some they had flipped up, but man, they were pretty proud of them today. So I was like, well, that's a little more than I can do. So I'm gonna try to make it to my coin store. And so if there's anything anybody's looking for, if you can't find them locally, let me know. My guy's been in business for over 40 years. And then if there's something that you need for your collection, I'll be happy to look and pick it up for you. No big problem. Yeah, me too, pizza guy. I mean, you know, in the end, it's just stuff. And if it makes my life happy, makes somebody else's life happy, and make my kids happy at the end of the day, and my grandkids at the end of the day, you know, once I ever get grandkids, I keep saying it. I keep trying to encourage my daughter and her husband to, you know, figure out how that works. And they say they're trying. I said, well, I don't need more information than that. So we'll see what happens one day. Now we'll put that over with the other ones to look at. That's just like this roll of pennies. They've got here today. I'll put them back in the roll and I'll do something with them. So yeah, I get it, man. They made so many of those 21s. You know, that makes it pretty easy to stack. You know, you can grab them. Um, you know, I did that auction on that Lady Kid stream the other day. You know, I guess I got rid of my nicer ones, but still got a few left back there in the safe. And you know, they're nice, but I never have been a big fan. You know, I keep one walker that I got from my mother. She got it from, I think she got it from her uncle. It's a slick date walker. It's slick. It's a pocket piece, you know, but it's one of those things that I'll just keep it forever. Not really worth anything, just worth sentimental value. If you don't mind while you're here, drop a like or dislike. It doesn't matter to me, whichever one you'd like to throw. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you're not a subscriber and you'd like to be, just hit that little subscribe button. I don't do very many streams. I'm going to try to start doing that. My son's trying to talk me into doing Thursdays because not many people do Thursdays. You know, but I can't get the coins, so my banks have really shut down what we can do with our coins and how we can get coins. And so I'm having to take time to roll those coins now to go back and get more. So I had to roll my nickels, take them back to get another box of nickels just because the bank won't release them. You know, they're not letting them have their orders fulfilled, and so you know, it is what it is. I don't control that. I can't fix it, so I just follow the rules. We have this. Got that from one of the wins over at Big Flips, a Lowell. Excuse me. I think I have 2 or 3 W's now. I don't have too many. Found one in pocket change, which was really cool, and I think I got the other 2 from giveaways. Oh, that's cool, man. What year was your father born? Yeah, I kind of keep the same stuff. My mother was born in 29. My dad was born in 27. So I was what they call a shore duty baby. My dad was in the Navy. He was in the Navy from 1945 until 69 when they medically discharged him. So he came in on shore duty, and lo and behold, here I came. So 1942. Yeah, that's cool. I try to give all my kids a silver coin for Christmas and birthdays. We'll start with the grandkids when they get big enough. They seem to slowly understand long-term value. Some of them like marble. Yeah, the stuff that I sold to Big Flip, I did not sell my marble coins just because they were pretty cool. I liked them. So I have a couple marble rounds. Uh, when we first started coming around into the community, um, CM Silver gave my son Keegan a 1/2 ounce Buffalo round. And so that is in the safe in the pile of stuff that will never go anywhere. So CM, I've never forgot that. That meant a lot to me and to my son. Even though he's a young man, he's like, man, I can't believe somebody would do that. So I appreciated that. So that's why he gets into this. He likes looking through coins. We'll sit through if we can get a box, and we'll just go through and look. And if we find a silver or something in it, it just makes it all worthwhile. You got to have at least one thing in the box that you pick up on just to make the hunt more fun than it normally is. Just like hunting nickels, that nickel box battle. I picked up a couple of silvers from Big Flip, or against Big Flip, and that actually was the first silver coins that I had ever found in any box. Were 2 war nickels that we found in not this last nickel box battle, but the one before that. All right, CM, man, you have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Be safe out there. Yeah, I've got about 15 or 20 more minutes, and I won't have to hop off. Got to go get ready to go to this wedding at church. Good thing is it's not my wedding, so mine was long enough 27 years ago. I don't want to do another one. I had a practice wife. Now I got the one that stuck, so I am going to stay where I'm at. Definitely cheaper to keep her. Yeah, that's the case with a lot of our kids. Pizza guy. Sometimes it looks like they're listening, but they're not even present. I've been blessed with good kids. I can't complain about my kids at all. They're just like me. They've made mistakes in their adult life, and as a parent, we try to tell them what they should and shouldn't do, but sometimes we just gotta let them make their own decisions and make their own mistakes. So, but both of my kids joined the fire department, so they've both been firefighters. My daughter is no longer doing that. She works for the private ambulance service as an EMT, and my son still works at the fire department. So they're all good about listening because they learned early on you gotta listen or something bad could happen if you don't listen. So Got about 5 more here to go through. Oh yeah, absolutely, pizza guy. Yeah, yeah. The biggest thing I tried to educate them in doing that type of work is, there's a time that if you don't like what the boss says, sometimes you can kind of question. That's that one that had that slash through it, whatever it is. It was on the end of the roll. Um, but when we're on a job, we're working. When someone's having a bad day, we're trying to perform our best at a bad day. I tell them they don't get a chance to question. They just, we there's a YouTube video out. It's called the Fire SUV, and you see the guy. What does the guy in the SUV do? He says, "Hey, you see that fire up there? Go put that fire out." That's kind of what I do. What we all kind of do that. So yeah. So when I started out as a firefighter back in 1983. I was 17 years old, volunteer. My neighbors were doing it, and they said, "Hey, man, why don't you try this?" I was like, "Okay." So I did that. It stuck. So this is year 30. What's this? I don't know how many years this is now. Had to count. 83, 37. Year 37 for me. So went in the early 80s, became an for first responder, EMT, and then we had some different levels. Worked my way up to paramedic. Worked in a career fire department. Retired from that. I draw my retirement from them next March. Start drawing retirement. I had to wait till I hit 55, so I'm really happy about that. Now I work for part-time for a department here in the town. I'm a deputy fire chief, and we were, since 1952, they've been compensating the fire department. Just pay per call so they can get people out. So right now we have a full-time fire chief, and they kind of changed the way we do things, and everybody else is paid on call, part-time employees. So it works out well. If they didn't pay me, I'd still do it. I still got my real job. I do, emergency management stuff I do every day. But it's fun. I enjoy it. If people are having a bad day, we try to make their bad day just a little bit better. And I think, that's all we can do in life is just try to do that same thing, try to be a better person for somebody else. So, well, anybody got any questions, comments, thoughts? Anything you want to talk about? I'm going to pack all these coins back up in these rolls. And now you've got the inside scoop. You know what they look like. So I'll put them back in the rolls, and I'll probably end up selling them or giving away. I don't know what I'll do with them. I'll just stick them back in the safe for a little while. But if I can get it back in that tube, I don't want to unroll this in. Maybe I can sell these on eBay as previously unsearched, uncirculated. If I wet this cardboard paper stuff, I could probably get that crimped down. Just kidding. I don't have an eBay channel. Yep. Same thing. Pizza guy, yeah. Pager goes off. I've been doing a lot of stuff that I had to get up and leave on. My wife married me. I was in the fire department when she married me. She understood what was going on, early on. So she's been very appreciative and very forgiving. I've had to get up from Christmas dinners and other husbandly duties. I'd never got up from the husbandly duties, but fairly quick I did though. But yeah, it is what it is. So, But hey, I want to thank you guys for popping over here to my little stream. It's my longest stream so far, I believe, that I've done by myself. Just a little over an hour and 11 minutes. So thanks again. Don't forget, Shibby is at 3 o'clock today. Tomorrow, Big Flip, then Shibby, then Big Flip again. So you got 2 auctions to go to tomorrow. So I'm interested in that Widow's Mite that Big Flip has for sale. So don't y'all bid against me now, and I won't bid against you on the stuff you like. Now I think it's just pretty cool. I'm actually going, if I get it, I'm going to probably give it to my pastor. We talk about that parable in the Bible. We talked about that yesterday with Big Flip. So I'm trying to have the religious discussions. Don't want to offend anybody, but it's my stream. I guess I could offend you if I wanted. You just have to give me a thumbs down. But I'm not that way. So anyway, folks, thanks for stopping by. As Big Flip always says, and I agree, try to do something nice for somebody. Even if that somebody's not been nice to you. I think that's just a right thing to do, because we've had so many issues here in the country for the past few months. So thanks for coming by.